Yo, yo, yo. What up, what up, what up, my betting family? We back with another video here at No Limit Bets. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing out my top 6 picks for tonight's NBA playoff games. Before we get started, though, as always, I would like to say good morning to y'all, good afternoon, whatever time it may be that you're watching this video. Hope y'all having a good one, and hopefully we can make it a better day by winning some money. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's truly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so I definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown thus far. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Just to do a quick recap of yesterday's slips that we did submit. We had one slip posted on yesterday's video, and the other slip was posted on our Twitter account. Overall, we had a very, very bad day. The picks that we posted on yesterday's video, we went 0 for 4, couldn't even get a green on any of them. I mean, truthfully, so far the playoffs have been truly unpredictable. For our first one that we weren't able to hit, we had Spencer Dinwiddie over 28.5 PRAs. He only ends up with 2. To be real with y'all, man, he's now on my no bet list, man. He's just he's not the player that I thought that he would be as far as in being aggressive, especially on yesterday's game. They need his scoring, they need his shot making ability, and he's just not there right now. He only goes 5 from 14 from the field, only 1 from 3 from the 3-point line, scoring 12 points, had 6 assists and 4 rebounds, which is good. But scoring wise, man, he's not been there recently. Like I said, I didn't see him yesterday as being as aggressive, trying to score the ball. So yeah, man, he's made it to my no bet list as of yesterday. Also, we had Embiid over 43.5 P and R's. He only ends up with 39. He did only shoot the ball 11 times. He was 6 from 11, so he shot the ball pretty good, but only shot it 11 times. He did grab 19 boards, so obviously his rebounds and assists was the way to go, as he finished with 26 of those. He had 19 rebounds and 7 assists. But offensively, man, I thought they were gonna at least Philly was going to make some adjustments to get Embiid the ball in a more effective way that he can score the ball. But it was the same game plan for them, as he gets the ball at the top of the key. And Nets obviously send a double team every time he touches the ball. So it is what it is. He wasn't able to hit it. We also had Keegan Murray over 9.5 points. This is another guy that's kind of mind-boggling. Throughout the season, he did average around 30 minutes per game, and thus far in these two first games of the series, he's only played an average of 16 minutes. So I don't know, with him being a rookie, if they're just, deciding to go with their more veteran players like Malik Monk or Trey Lyles, and not giving really the rookie a lot of minutes here in the playoffs thus far. But he only plays 16 minutes, only scores 2 points. So that was definitely a bad read on my part. And then we also had Kevon Looney over 12.5 rebounds and assists. He ends up with 8. I believe he would have got it. Obviously, we will never find out. But he did deal with foul trouble throughout the game. He had 3 fouls in the first half, which ultimately cut down his playing time, playing availability. So it is what it is, man. 0 and 4. And then on our Twitter, a slip that we did submit wasn't that great as well, as we were only able to go 2 and 4 with that. So like I said, the playoffs thus far have been truly unpredictable. They've been rough, but I feel confident today, man. I feel confident we could turn things around and get back to our winning ways. So let's go ahead and hop into my top six picks. Now, I'm going to be picking two players for each of the games. We have three games on the slate tonight. So we're going to start us off with the first game of the night. We have the Celtics against the Hawks. And I'm going to go to the PRA category. And I'm going to be taking Malcolm Brogdon over 18.5 PRAs. Now, as you guys can see, over his last five, he's averaging well above this line at 25 PRAs, hitting the over in 4 out of his last 5 games. The game that he did miss was game 1 of this series a couple days ago, where he only ends up with 12 PRAs in that game. He only had 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. He did only shoot the ball 6 times as well, after averaging 11 field goal attempts per game for the season. So I expect him to have a better performance here in game 2. I expect them to put up better numbers and have more of an impact. In one game versus the Hawks during the regular season, he did have 27 PRAs and has averaged 26.1 PRAs in his career against the Hawks, hitting the over in 10 straight against the Hawks, not including, obviously, game 1 of this series. Obviously, this 10 straight that he has hit, one came with the Celtics, obviously, this year. But in the previous years, he was with the Pacers, where he was more of a number 1, number 2 option for them. And then also when he was with the Bucks, he had more of an impact with them as well, more of a role, should I say. So definitely expect him to get back to those numbers here tonight, as obviously throughout the game he's gonna have the matchup of Trae Young, and obviously Malcolm Brogdon is a big guard and should be able to take advantage of the size difference. So I'm going to be rocking with Malcolm Brogdon over 18.5 PRAs for my first pick. For my second pick, we're going to stick to the same game. We're going to be going to the other side. We're going to go to the Hawks side. And I'm going to go to the points and assists category. And I'm going to be taking Trae Young over 32.5 points and assists. Now, I know in game 1 he had a rough game, only shooting 5 from 18 from the field, only 1 for 5 from the 3, totaling 16 points and 8 assists for a total of 24 points and assists. Now, during the regular season, he has hit this over in 4 straight versus the Celtics, including 2 games this season. In his last 4, he's had 40 points and assists, 37, 36, and 48, which are obviously well above this 32.5 points and assists line. Now, over the last 30 games of the regular season, the Celtics did allow the 8th most points per game and the 2nd most assists per game to opposing point guards. So I expect Trae Young to obviously have a better scoring night here in game 2 after only scoring 16 points. So, definitely expect him to have more of an impact. He's obviously number 1, number 2 option that the Hawks have. And in the playoffs, their best players have to step up. And I think Trae Young can do that here in game 2. So I'm going to be rocking with him over 32.5 points and assists for my second pick. Now, for my third pick, we're going to go to the next game on the board, the Knicks against the Cavs. And I'm going to be going to the rebounds and assists category. This series, as we know, is going to be ultra competitive. These are 2 of the top defensive teams in the league this year. And I'm going to be rocking with Evan Mobley over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Now, in game 1, he did go over this line, having 11 rebounds and 2 assists for a total of 13 rebounds and assists. Now, as I just mentioned, this is a matchup between 2 of the top defensive teams in the league, which should lead to a lot of missed shots and a lot of rebounding opportunities. Now, Also, Mobley is a good passer for a big man, as he averaged 2.8 assists per game for the season. And in his career against the Knicks, he's averaged 12.7 rebounds and assists, hitting the over in 4 out of 6 career games against the Knicks. In those 6 games, he's had 14 rebounds and assists, 17, 10, 13, 10, and 12. So obviously, even with the ones that he missed, he did come close with 10 apiece in those 2 games that he did miss. Um, and Yeah, him being one of the twin towers for the Cavs. Obviously, you have Jerry Allen as well. He should be able to get his rebounds, obviously, and like I just mentioned, he could also get you a couple of assists, as he averaged 2.8 assists per game for the season. So I'm gonna be rocking with Evan Mobley over 11.5 rebounds and assists for my third pick. Now, for my fourth pick, I'm going to go to the other side of things. I'm going to go to the Knicks side of things. I'm going to be going to the PRA category. And I'm going to be going down to RJ Barrett. And I'm going to be taking his under. I'm going to take the under 25 PRAs. As you guys can see, he is averaging pretty much just below this line at 24, mainly due to that one game he did go over where he had 41 PRAs. Other than that, he's been around. As you guys can see, he's had 17 apiece against the Cavs and the Heat, and then 23 and 22 against the Cavs again and the Pacers. Now, in game one, he did go under this line, only having 17 PRAs. I do expect him to struggle again here in game two, as Cleveland for the season has allowed the 7th least points per game, the 4th least rebounds per game, the 5th least assists per game, and the 2nd least 3-point makes per game to opposing small forwards. So they obviously have been given that small forward position a lot of trouble. As we know, Cleveland plays one of the slowest pace in the NBA as well this season. And as I just mentioned, they are one of the top defenses in the league this year. Also, on top of this, most of the Knicks offense is going to be ran through Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. Obviously, in the playoffs, your best players step up. And I expect Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle to have a big impact here in game two. And lastly, he has gone under in 6 straight against the Cavs, and that does include game one of this series a couple days ago. So I expect his struggles to continue, and we're going to be taking the under 25 PRAs for my fourth pick. And for my fifth and sixth pick, we're going to be going to the last game on the NBA slate, the Suns against the Clippers. For my fifth pick, I'm going to be going to the points category, and I'm going to be going down. I'm going to be running back a play from game one. I think he should have hit it, but ultimately he didn't. He fell right on the hook. And I'm going to be taking KD over 27.5 points. I'm going to be running this play back. As you guys can see, he did miss right on the hook with 27. But over his last 5, he is averaging right at this line with 27.8, hitting the over in 3 out of his last 5 games. Now, as I just mentioned, in game one, he did end up on the hook with 27. But those 27 points were really only in 3 quarters, as he did not score a single point in the first quarter. So I definitely expect KD to get off to a better start here in game two and ultimately get over this line. Now, for the season, the Clippers have struggled against that power forward position, as they've allowed the 6th most points per game to opposing power forwards. And over the last 7 games, they're allowing the 11th most points per game to opposing power forwards. And as we know, KD is one of the best scorers in NBA history, one of the best scorers, obviously, in today's game, and can easily drop 30 on any given night. And After Kawhi pretty much outplayed KD in game one, I expect KD to return, pretty much return the favor and have a great performance in game two and at least get us 28 points here tonight. So I'm going to be rocking with KD over 27.5 points for my fifth pick. And for my sixth and last pick, I'm going to be going to the Clippers side. I'm going to stick to the points category, and I'm going to be taking Norman Powell over 14.5 points. Now, if we take a look at his last 5 games, he's averaging well above this line at 21 points per game, hitting the over in 3 out of his last 5 games. As you guys could see in game one, he finished right on the hook with 14. But this season, Norman Powell has been the Clippers' third leading scorer. Obviously, he's their sixth man. He's their pretty much offense coming off the bench. Number one option, should I say, coming off the bench. He comes in and his job is pretty much is to score. But like I just mentioned, he is the third leading scorer for the Clippers behind Paul George and Kawhi. Obviously, we know PG is out, which should lead Norman Powell to take over that second leading scorer role. And without Paul George in the lineup this season, Powell has averaged 19.7 points per game, which is well above this line. Also in game one, Eric Gordon had a great game. He scored 19 points on 7 for 14 shooting. I don't expect them to have such a great game in game two, which should lead to Norman Powell getting more shots and getting his buckets, pretty much getting us buckets, and obviously getting us over 15 points, which should be very doable for a guy like Norman Powell on this Clippers team. So I'm going to be rocking with him over 14.5 points for my sixth and last pick. And that's going to be it for my top 6 picks, y'all. Just to recap, we're going to be taking the over on Malcolm Brogdon's PRA, the over on Trae Young's points and assists, the over on Evan Mobley's rebounds and assists, the under on RJ Barrett's PRAs, and then the over on KD's points and Norman Powell points. As always, if you guys agree with any of my plays, please do your own research. Just don't take my word for it. And here at No Limit Bets, we like to go with the low risk, high reward. So I'm going to be placing a $5 entry for the possibility of winning $125. So let's go ahead and place that entry. And that's going to be it for today's video, y'all. Just a quick reminder, it is Taco Tuesday. More than likely, PrizePicks is going to have some squares or props discounted. So the next slip that I do submit, it is going to be on my Twitter account. The link to my Twitter is down in the description, so make sure y'all look out for that. But you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Let's get this.